Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard, and I have ideas. And I want to play with ideas. That is a 14 by 14 inch canvas in front of you. And these are my chains, and this is what happens when you leave a beautiful edge catcher in the sun. It warps. Wow. Anyway, so large ball chain comes on drapery style window treatments. Slats, you know, blinds. And the smaller one is something that you can find on my Amazon link. Oh look, there's spatters all over my canvas. That's alright, I've been cleaning bottles. So I'm going to do some weird stuff today. Probably not the same as most things. I'm going to try and center that gold and make it go around. Now, somebody invited me, they were watching the wreath with the spiral with dynamic tendrils or something, which is it is my most popular video, and it's really old, and it looks like spin art from a carnival, I agree. But, see if I can get this in the center by going around. I don't need that to have any special characteristics, and it may not even stay, you can never tell. But my plan is to go ahead and make a center, and then if I want to, and I do, pull the large ball chain out from it. Now, whatever I put in next is going to have colors on top of it. Maybe not the white yet. I'll decide that in a minute. The first white I put down is an Anita's metallic. And all of this paint is meant to be a facilitatory tool to help be a catalyst for whatever comes next. I am going to try to spread some black paint. Oh look, another painting. It's already done. Isn't that cool? I'm all good. I'm going to keep going though. I'm going to use the black and my turntable to spread it right up to the... No paint bottles in my way, please. Like that's ever going to happen. I'm going to try and make this spread as evenly as I can around. And when it goes over the edge, I'm just going to spatula it back up. And I could actually... Oh yes. I could actually, rescue some more of it. I could put it on my edges if I wanted to take the time to pull it over and wipe off my spatula on it. It's not going to cover completely now, but I expect there to be enough drippage to come down and cover it. So I'm just going to clean off my spatula so that there's no gaposis on the top of this canvas right at the edge. And if I see a drip, I'm just going to sort of squash it with my spatula anyway. Now it's a fairly heavy layer, but it's not the most heavy layer. And I do use GAC 800 by Golden to begin the first thing I mix into my paint is the GAC 800 by Golden. Because it's only 20% to the paint, and it protects everything from cracking when it's drying and it's heavy. Not that I ever think my paint mixture is actually so heavy that it needs it, but sometimes there are moments when I'm very sure that it saved my painting. So I've got all kinds of paint on my tile, and I didn't expect that. It's a hot day out here. It's been cooler recently, and I got spoiled really fast. I know the rest of you guys are suffering the onslaught of winter. It's way too early in the rest of the country, this being Florida and you being elsewhere. Alright, you can see that I'm doing it because I don't want to waste the paint on my tile, and that's just the way I roll. Why waste it if I don't have to? There seems to be plenty of it, and my spatula, because I keep my tiles clean and I rotate 2 or 3 of them, especially for recording if I don't have time to wash them down in between. Same for the spatulas. I got more than one of those now too. I got one of the small and 2 of the large, and I think I'd like to have another small one. Especially since I've discovered they're great swiping tools. Alright, now I have black paint all over me. Look, an egg! I'm going to wipe that off with my studio rag. Always keep a wet rag. This is one made from like a t-shirt from when I lived in Maine. I'm just going to push that bead of paint in a little closer. It's not going to make any difference at all, because I think what's going to happen is just going to annihilate. My basic premise is to get rid of any canvas there. And if I can get a little close with the bead of paint all the way around, then that will probably alleviate most of that. And I will just knock the rest of that paint off, blow it in, throw my spatula in the bucket. I'm not worried about that. And now I have to choose my colors. And I'm just going to choose colors that I love for right now, because this is totally an experiment. I really want to do something with this magenta. And I'm just going to be messy. Messy because I can. Ha. And we're probably gonna dip back and forth between starting in the metallic, and I'm gonna try and put a few actual lines in here. I'm not being very precise, and I don't need to be very precise. I don't mind the idea that I might wind up pulling from the gold, but that is not the way I intended to start, so I am not. I would like to have a round center, but you know, all bets are off when we're just figuring out how things are going to go. Yeah, I'm on a purple kick, you can tell. I think I love the dark blue and the Prussian blue, but more than that, I love... Oh, I did it. I went in there. Okay, never mind. I'm just filling canvas that I see, and because I don't want any of it showing. And I think the white, either one of the whites or both of the whites, are going to be catalyst, as well as the black. I really want something extraordinary in there. And I'd like my circle to look a little rounder, but I guess it doesn't matter right now. I think I'm going to give myself permission to risk the purple, and maybe the yellow too. I'm still stuck with a little bit of Halloween colors, because it's, even though this is probably well into November. Whoop, you come out of there. So whatever I put in here, no matter how far out I go, it's mostly about pulling the chain, and this is how I need to start. And I know it's a bit of a risk, and honestly, one of the coolest things about the recent chain pulls I did that were 16 by 20s, there's a pair of them. One I posted earlier than the other one. I don't know, the second one's not actually posted yet as I speak to you, but the first one got posted in just after the middle of the month in October, probably around the 21st. I'm thinking that I want some yellow in there too. And I know I wanted some pink. Now we're making candy corn, right? Come out. I cleaned out like 12 bottles before I did this. I want you to come out now. Yeah, just a little bit of that here and there. I don't seem very capable of making it, whoops. Okay. Well, that was, yeah, pink from my bottle. So what do I want? I said I wanted a magenta, but what I really meant was that I wanted some of this pink. And I'm just going to layer it. There's some canvas. And I do expect, like I said, that this will... Oh boy. I'm going to start in the middle and try the gold. And just lead that out. And if the little splotches of color look good, I might wind up leaving them. I really have no idea what this is going to look like. I thought I had an idea, but I really don't. I've got smaller chain. I started by showing you guys that too. Yes, I'm not cleaning off my chain yet. Yeah, I think I like the, I think I like that. I don't know what to call that. The reverse pull. So I go down and then I bring it back up around again. Not that that one worked as well as some of the others. So it's not going to have what I thought it was going to have in its center. But everything is an experiment, so you can't really blame me. It's mostly going to be a strange pour. And I can stop and start over again and start over again and just keep experimenting with funky shapes. I think I really like to start with almost a complete circle, like so. Let's see if we can do it again. Circle and come around, and then just snag what you got left. And I really want to just take the paint that's on the chain and fill in some of the black, but I'm not sure any of the black is going to stay. It is fun to experiment to see what's going to happen with the colors. It's not really any kind of orb with tendrils yet. I should probably clean off my chain, but I'm loving what's happening so much, so it makes it kind of difficult for me. I want to tilt some of this too. This is too much fun. So I can go back and snag it from the other direction just by flipping the chain around. And then I'm going to go back even more. There is probably a pretty strong danger of making mud. But so far, in my brazenness, it hasn't happened. I wish I could put a huge chain in the center and pull it out. Maybe I do have a huge chain. So I'm just pulling it around in a circle. I start it in a little bit of a circle. Let's just do that in the center. Let's do it a little more adeptly. Guess less of a circle and pluck it out. I'm not sure that the gold in the center is my favorite yet, but I haven't finished what I'm doing either. Just sort of trying to keep an eye on what's happening. I really like those little unpulled spots too. And I like when the chain is the delivery system for this other bunch of colors. I say I like those colors and then I get rid of them. So I'm going to have to do something with that center to make it a little different than it is. Maybe I'm wrong. And my inclination right now is to just cover the whole thing. I like going along and changing the trajectory of the chain almightily. I want to put black in the center. Is that crazy? Could be. It's coming out of the right person. So it's possible there was too much paint on there, but this is how I learn. And I still want to do something in here that makes it more outstanding than just gold. But I really don't want to get rid of those colors right there. I haven't tipped one of these yet. I think I'm so close to being what I should consider done, like in do another one as opposed to destroying this one by experimenting too far. I do love leaving those marks. And it is very tempting to just annihilate all the black. I mean, it's still going to be a background color. And as soon as you have the mark you want, lift it up. I really want some red or some turquoise or something in that center. And if I'm quick enough, I'll be able to torch. And we might pop some more cells than the cells we have already, because sometimes after I've been working out here in the heat long enough, I don't have the same opportunity. I'm going to steal some paint from in here. I want to dip my chain right in some black and bring it into that center. I also don't like it when I have little tendrils that destroy the continuity of the pattern, the spirals or whatever you want to call them. I am definitely just looking at what I've got and making a decision as I go. I think there could have been a whole lot more orange in there. There, I went in and did it. I destroyed something I really like. That's okay. There will be more opportunities. And even though I say I like those colors, I'm abusing them anyway. Just basically covered the whole thing with marks. So I want to try another one of these like immediately with fewer colors and probably no gold in the center. I wish I had a pan to dip into, and I think that's going to happen soon. I think I'm going to create a pan and throw my chain in there. Like the balloon kisses, if you put the paint on the balloon as opposed to using the balloon on the canvas, you get a whole different effect, a better effect, I think. Alright, I see one mark here, or one area that doesn't have any pulls in it. And there's a little bit of black everywhere. I see it. And I'm kind of making some beautiful mud, so I don't want to go too much further. She says as she continues on her merry way. Oh well. I think the important thing to remember is to lift up your chain every once in a while and put it in a new spot, or stop making a mark. I really want that center to have something different in it. I'm not sure what to do about it. I think maybe I'm going to go and risk a little bit. And maybe it's more than a little bit. Will she get away with it? That is the question. My timer does not look like I set it. And I bet we're getting pretty close. Instead of putting black in there, I'm going to put some Prussian blue in. And I talked about orange, so I think the orange is important. If it'll come out, yeah. It occurs to me I probably could have added just dots to the center and blown it around with a straw. And maybe I should try that. Do I have a straw handy? Just briefly. That blends a lot better. Kind of feel like there's a need for some other color in there that I don't have. Well, if you guys are going to be gone in a second and I have no idea if that's true or not, then I love you guys. There's over 80,000 of you subscribed, even if you're not getting notifications, which reminds me, if you just found me again and you had been subscribed or you were expecting notifications, you should check your settings and make sure that they're still viable, because they get changed and it's not by me. Some issues with YouTube being kind to me. They're not so far. But hey, at least I have a place to show you guys my art. And believe it or not, it's always you guys that are keeping me coming back here, because the other reasons are dwindling quickly. So yeah, I am. I'm just using the dull end of the blunt end of my skewer to spiral those colors in the center into place. I really could probably take a swipe card and pull some of that out, but I don't really mind it so much. I am going to take the small chain and see if I can maybe not hurt it too badly by blending some of the center. It's pretty deep paint there now, so I don't actually think I want to go so awfully far. I do see that over there. Beautiful colors. That I'm going to wipe off so I don't completely pollute it. And I'm going